A long time ago, in the mountains of Persia, there lived a wise old magician named Sufi ben Baba. He was a hermit who lived up in the hills and was seldom seen by anyone. People in the nearby towns whispered many tales about his magical powers. They said he could turn a simple stone into a ruby, that he once put 1,000 men to sleep, and that he had a magic carpet. A young man named Mullah Nasruddin heard about him and wanted more than anything to learn how to do magic so he could become rich and powerful. So he went looking for the magician. After searching for 20 days, he finally found the place. "Will you teach me?" he asked. When Sufi ben Baba looked at him, he shivered, because it felt as if the wizard could see right through him. "I know why you want to learn magic," said Sufi. "But you are a fool. Magic is no game. It is meant to help people, not make you rich." Mullah wanted to run away, but because he was greedy, he kept on begging the magician until finally he agreed. For the next month, under the light of the stars and while the crickets chirped, the magician taught the young man a spell to make rubies. But what the young apprentice didn't know was that it was a test. Finally, the training was over, and Sufi ben Baba warned his apprentice, "Now you must go and share your gift well. The magic is not for you alone. Beware of the spell." Mullah was so eager to try out his new magical power that he didn't even wait for Sufi to finish talking. The old magician just laughed as he watched the young man running off to town. "You will soon be back," he said. As soon as the apprentice got near the town, he picked up a stone and said the magic words and made the secret movements. At once, the stone turned into a bright red ruby. He went straight to the market and bought a new set of clothes embroidered with pure gold and threw his old ones away. Then he strutted around town as if he was the king himself. He was so busy spending all his money that he didn't notice that thieves were watching him. "This young fool has a secret," they said to each other. "Let's watch him and find out." Soon enough, Mullah's money ran out, and he had to make another ruby. But this time the thieves were watching him. They saw him digging in the ground, and then saw him put something shiny in his pocket. So they caught him and tied him up. "Tell us your secret," they said, holding a sharp dagger to his neck. Mullah had no choice but to hand over the ruby, But he lied about his magic powers and told the thieves instead that he had stolen the ruby from a rich merchant and buried it there in the ground. They finally let him go, but only after taking him a long way from the town and making him walk all the way back. Tired and full of dust, he arrived in the city, but there was more trouble waiting for him. The man to whom he had given the first ruby came running with 10 soldiers to arrest him. "That's the man who gave me a stone instead of a ruby. He is a trickster and a thief. Lock him up at once." You see, after Mullah had left town, the ruby had turned back into a stone. Now he had to give back the expensive clothes and beg for mercy. He was chased out of the city while everybody stared, and worst of all, he now had nothing but his underwear. There was nothing else to do but go back up into the hills and find his teacher and tell him what had happened. He knew that his plans to get rich from magic would never work. When Sufi Ben Baba looked at the young man, so tired and dirty, wearing nothing but underwear, he felt sorry for him and said, "So you have learned your lesson. Good old common sense is better than magic, isn't it? Perhaps now you will listen." The wise old magician took Mullah under his wing. He fed him, gave him magician's clothes, and taught him many secrets of magic. And the young man never forgot his lesson. It is said that years later he even learned to fly on a magic carpet.